All right, we have our Super Bowl referee assignments, and of course, no matter who Roger Goodell picked to head up the big game, of course it was going to be controversial. It feels like every referee that they pick has a bad track record, bad history, and it's gotten to a point now where fans more than ever are talking about games being fixed, games shaving points, stuff like that. The NFL officiating has been an abject disaster, but they're going with veteran man Bill Vinovich. It'll be his third Super Bowl, but one of the four teams remaining are furious with this decision. They have a really nasty track record, including one of the losses that I'm still hearing about from fans that they fixed, but it's not like the NFL could do right anyway. But there are some questionable things. We're also going to have 4 first-time referees in the big game. That's a lot. Let's hope they don't screw it up because it's a bad track record with this. First-time officials kind of struggle in Super Bowls, make big calls, miss big calls that kind of really turn the game on its head. We're also going to have a couple of guys working their 4th Super Bowl, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, let's go break down what the 4 teams look like. So Vinovich is mainly an AFC referee. He's 7-2 reffing the Ravens games, 5-2 reffing Chiefs games. He hasn't reffed the Chiefs this year, reffed the Ravens a couple of times this year. They're undefeated with him. Doesn't really do the NFC. Lions are 2-2, 1-0 this year. His only game, last week's playoff game against Tampa Bay, where I felt like the Lions got a couple calls, maybe go their way. He worked that game. And now our 49ers, 2-4 all time with Vinovich this year, 0-1 this year. He reffed a potential Super Bowl matchup this year. Niners versus the Ravens on Christmas Day. His crew was in charge of that one. The Niners got absolutely routed. I don't think any penalty or any call could have an outcome on that game. But he's also reffed 2 pretty big games for the Chiefs and the 49ers. Ref the Chiefs AFC Championship game loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, which, I think they just kind of fell apart in the second half. But the big game he's most notable for, the Chiefs 49ers Super Bowl, the game where the Niners blew a 10-point fourth quarter lead, where the Chiefs had massive comebacks. And we've seen many a video compilation talking about how that Super Bowl was fixed. Some very questionable calls. We got offsides and false starts going the wrong way, letting the Chiefs jump, calling false starts when it was probably an offsides. Jimmy G getting crushed out of bounds. So the Niners are furious. They are not happy with this decision. And if we're going full conspiracy mode at this point, we know the logo matchup is Niners versus the Ravens. Niners losing to the Ravens, to be more specific. But I'm not going to buy into this whole full conspiracy thing. I just think this is it's always a bad choice. We've gotten to the point in the NFL where the officiating has more impact on a game than it ever should have. There is zero consistency from game to game, week to week on what's being called, what's not being called. We can't just get any consistency. What's a pass interference? What's a roughing the passer? What's a hit to the head? Is this a hold? Isn't this a hold? And it's not only that, the flag seems to always come out on third down. Maybe that's when we pay attention more, but it feels like every big third down, if it's not picked up, there's a big flag. Any borderline call, it gets called. Or maybe it's a total mugging. Guy gets destroyed, no penalty, because that's how you can help control outcomes of the games. And I don't think it's fixed. I don't think they're controlling the outcomes of the games. I think we just have dog shit officials. You know my stance on this. They've had a horrible program in place for a long time now, the NFL. They've stopped incentivizing meritocracy. They've tried to check a lot of boxes with who they see out there as officials, and there's no standard. They don't have to pass quality standard tests really anymore. It's just like a pass-fail test. They don't measure you on how good you are, how good you do in on-field training, because there's a big difference between, I'm really good at knowing the rules and stuff like that, and then actually applying it to the sport of officiating. It's really hard to kind of translate those two. Now, obviously, you're going to have people that are great at both, but I've seen many an official who are great in the classroom and just, they don't know how to get a flow of the game. They don't know how to operate with players. They just really struggle with these kind of things. And I've seen the exact opposite. I've seen people who kind of struggle, are a marginalized official, and then they turn out to be a great person on the field. They can control the game. When they see it, they know it, they can officiate it better, and they turn out to great things. So it's not an exact science, but I've been very vocal about the atrocity of NFL officiatings. I think they need to fire every single official, make everyone full-time, and just start over. It doesn't mean you can't be an official if you've been fired. You just got to re-earn that rank. We're going to have to go through a rigorous process, year-round training. The UFL is now a thing. They should be doing those games, and that should be a pipeline for future NFL referees to keep it going. You got to stay refereeing. It's kind of like anything. You just got to keep doing it, keep you sharp. I don't care. We've seen how bad officiating is the first few weeks of the season because the referees, the players, and nobody's really into the flow of things. But I know everybody's going to complain. I just hope, unlike last year, I did a video about Carl Sheffers. There was a big call in that Super Bowl. I agreed with it. I know a lot of people don't, but it was still a call in a big spot, which is what you never want to see really as a football fan. We'll see how this plays out right now, but I know the 49ers fans are pissed. Lions fans probably neutral, and the two AFC teams pretty optimistic, man. They've had some good luck with him overall, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Can we fix this officiating? What needs to be done? Is there going to be a major call that changes the outcome of the Super Bowl? And what two teams do you like in the Super Bowl? Who are we liking here? We like the Niners versus the Ravens and the Chiefs, or how about the Lions getting their first ever Super Bowl? Let me know what you guys think. Again, like this video, click that thumbs up if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support me more, click that join button, sign up for a channel membership. You get early access to videos, access to exclusive videos, badges, emojis, things to use from the live stream throughout the year. Help support me, allows me to keep making this great content for you guys every single day. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.